Now, this one might ruffle a few feathers. This one might make some people kind of feel some type of way. And that's all right, because we're going to be all right up in here today. All right? We're going to be all right. All right? Now, what is up, beautiful people? It is Mo. Welcome to Life Talks with Mo. If you are new here, if you're not new, welcome back. It is always a pleasure to have you all here with me. Okay, I am happy today to talk about why you may not be gaining momentum. 5 reasons why your momentum may be stalled. 5 things that may be holding you back from gaining momentum. However you want to slice it, we're talking about what's keeping your feet from moving. Or, while when you start moving your feet, you seem to be getting stuck at a standstill. That's frustrating. Because obviously somebody that's trying to get moving, Darsh Gunner, we want to see progress. So what's going on? We're about to talk about it. Stay tuned. Alrighty, so of course I have some scripture for you. You know I'm going to always give you some faith. I'm going to always give you some faith to go along with them works. Alright? So, starting in at number 5 of why you may not be gaining momentum, why your momentum may be stalled, or why you're feeling stuck. You're allowing the world to set your goals. Number 5, you are allowing the world to set your goals, i.e. you are basing your goals off the traditions of men, off of what people may be doing, off of where the world says you should be, off of what you see people having going on Instagram and Facebook, and you feeling like, dang, I need to be doing something too. You can't base your goals off of the world, especially people who are living for the world. Not if you're trying to walk a set apart life. Now, if you're not trying to walk a set apart life and you are basing your life off the world, well, all I can say is that you may find yourself a little bit frustrated and you might want to choose trying to walk a set apart life. Because when you walk a set apart life, being set free, you're free from everything that the world tries to tell you that you need to be or that you need to do. Because all you're focused on is what the Most High is telling you that you need to be and what you need to do. So it's like He's setting your goals for you. You know that He's laying on you to stop doing this or to start doing that or to, you know what I'm saying, work on this, work on that. Those are your goals. Anything that you know that He's putting on your heart to do that's going to be pleasing unto Him, that's what your goals are. That's what your goals are, honey. So you don't need to focus on what the world is doing or what the world is saying when it comes to your goals, because your goals come from on high. And that's all that matters. I'm going to give you some scripture to help. We're going to start with John chapter 17, and we're going to read verses 14 through 19. And it says, I have given them your word, and the world has hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. I pray not that you should take them out of the world, but that you should guard them from the evil. They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Sanctify them through your truth. Your word is truth. That says to me, now that was the Messiah praying to the Father for us on our behalf, saying that I done gave them your word, and as the world hates me, surely the world is going to hate them. I'm not asking you to take them out the world, but to protect them from the evil that's in the world as they go through and try to live by the truth, which is your word. Help them, Father, and He will help us. I have more scriptures that I'm going to make a list, so that when you finish watching this video, you can head over to growthwithmo.net and you'll be able to find those scriptures and get a nice little printout. It's going to be free. It's going to be a free resource. If you watch this video, you'll know about it and it'll be free. I'm going to have a little coupon code for that resource. Read these scriptures because it'll help comfort you as you go. Let's do one more for you're allowing the world to set your goals. Let's go to John 15, since we're already in the book of John. Let's go to John 15, and we're going to read verses 18 through 21. And it says, if the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of this world, the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. Remember the word that I said unto you. The servant is not greater than his Adonai. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have guarded my word, they will also guard yours. This tells us we're no greater than the Messiah. He came in and he did a perfect job. And we're just aiming to be more like him, more like the Father. If they persecuted him, they're going to persecute us. If the world hated him and treated him bad, of course the world is going to hate us and treat us bad because we are of him. We're of the Father. Of course they're not going to be happy and jumping up and down for you. So stop allowing this world to set your goals, to dictate the motion that you should be having in your life. Because baby, you're not of this world. You have the Most High Yah. And that's all that you need. His stamp of approval. His goals are the only ones that you should be looking to fulfill. Let's move on to number 4. All right, moving on to number 4. Number 4 is you're comparing yourself to others. Say you're comparing yourself to where your parents were at your age, or you're comparing yourself to where your friends are at your age. It kind of goes along with number 5. But a little allowing the world to set your goals, but not necessarily comparing yourself with other people. And then you could be comparing yourself with other people and literally kind of, how can I say it? Undermining your own personal goals because you feel like they aren't as big as, or you're not doing as much as someone else. So comparison is the thief of joy, first of all, first and foremost. You don't need to be comparing yourself to nobody but who you used to be. Each day you're trying to be a better you. That's the only comparing that you need to be doing. How was I yesterday versus how I was today? How was I a year ago versus where I am today? Because that's what shows you how far the Most High has brought you. And that's what it's all about. It's about the progress that you're making in him. It's about the changes that he's doing in you to help you become who he's called you and chosen you to be. You don't need to compare yourself to anybody, not your parents, not your sisters, your brothers, not your friends, nobody. And definitely, most definitely, don't be comparing yourself to your enemies, and don't be comparing yourself to people who are living their lives for this world. You never know the intent behind what a person is doing. You never know the intent behind a person's drive. They could be saying, yeah, I'm doing this because I want to build generational wealth, or I'm doing this because I want to help the people, or I'm doing this because I want to make the world a better place. And deep down inside, they doing it for their own selfish motivation. They doing it for power. They doing it for money. They doing it for accolades, whatever the case may be. And if that's not your motivation, then why would you compare yourself to somebody who's not even moving in the direction that you're trying to move in, who's not even doing what you're deep down trying to do? And then people that are doing the things that you're trying to do, if you find somebody that you feel like may be further along than you, or may be a little bit more knowledgeable than you in this area, that's somebody that you try to learn from, that maybe you seek to, learn a thing or two from that person, but not to compare yourself and then to potentially envy that person. You don't want to find yourself envying nobody, because you never know what a person went through to get what they got or to be where they are. And if you really do seek to get there, you pray and you ask the Father to help you with the moves and the steps that you need to make and take to become who you're trying to be, to do more of what you're trying to do. But never, never, never compare yourself to somebody. For scripture, we're going to go over to 2 Corinthians. We're going to go to chapter 10, verse 12. And it says, for we dare not make ourselves of the number, or compare ourselves with some that commend themselves. But they, measuring themselves by themselves and comparing themselves among themselves, are not wise. You can't be out here comparing yourself to nobody. It's unwise to do so. It's basically foolish for you to compare yourself to someone else. Be comparing yourself to other people. We sitting up here all just comparing ourselves. Who better? Who got this? Who got the more money? Who wear the best clothes? Who had the best gifts? Who do the best? Baby, that's not going to get us where we need to go. So we're not going to keep doing that. Let's go to one more scripture. Let's go over to Galatians and Ephesians. Did anybody know that song over the New Testament? Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Acts to the letters to the Romans. My auntie made sure I knew that song growing up. Okay, we're going to go over to Galatians chapter 6, and we're going to read verses 3 through 9. And it says, "For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceives himself. But let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone, and not in another. For every man shall bear his own burden. Let him that is taught in the word communicate unto him that teaches in all good things. Be not deceived, Elohim is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, that shall he also reap." So with that being said, whatever your works are, that's what you gonna get. You don't need to compare your works to somebody else's works, because you're not gonna be rewarded for their works. You're not gonna reap their works. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they've sown, that's what they're gonna reap, and whatever you sow is what you're going to reap. So make sure that you focus on your journey, on your goals, on what you're trying to do, on what the Most High has in your heart. That's what matters. We all got to carry our own. He's not going to necessarily bring the very same thing forth from me that he brought forth from you. It's going to be different because we all are each unique and different. And the relationship is just so very personal. So don't compare yourself to others. That will definitely surefire stall your momentum. All right, we're moving along to number 3. Now, this one might ruffle a few feathers. This one might make some people kind of feel some type of way. And that's all right, because we're going to be all right up in here today. All right? We're going to be all right. All right? Now, number 3. You're refusing to embrace change. You are refusing to embrace change, but yet you waiting around waiting for something to change. Now, we know that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and over and expecting different results. And if it didn't work the first time and you did the same stuff again a second time and it didn't work the second time, what make you think that doing it the very same way is going to yield you a different result? You got to do something different. Oh, you got to allow yourself to surrender and submit to the Most High for him to make you something different, because he will. If you had asked me even a year ago what I would be doing, I definitely wouldn't have told you this. I thought I was going to be doing hair all day, every day, 24/7, growing my little hair business. Wasn't meant for me to do. Hair is still a part of my journey, but it's not the forefront of my focus. It's not the forefront of my focus. As I began to surrender and allow the Father to change me, he began to change my desires. He began to put new things in my heart that made me say, "Ooh, I want to do this. I want to help in this way. I want to use my business to do this." I never would have thought. I couldn't imagine it. We're not to lean to our own understanding for a reason. We got to change. Nothing but the same things are on the side of staying the same. You got to be willing to change for the better, not the worse, but the better. You're not going to lose the weight if you don't change something about the diet, how you eating, exercising. You're not going to change. You're not going to stop getting the same people in different people. Same spirit, different folk. same spirit. If you don't change something about what you're accepting, you're not going to change. It takes change, y'all, to gain momentum. It takes change to get in motion. You got to change. You've got to change. Fortunate for us, we got some help. So let's go over to some scripture. We are going to go over to 2 Corinthians. We are in book 5, and we're going to be reading verse 17. It says, therefore, if any man be in Mashiach, he is a new creature. If you don't know who Mashiach is, that's the Hebrew name for our Messiah, Yahushua HaMashiach. The Hebrew name for what people call God is Yahuwah. And from Yahuwah came Yahusha. I came in my father's name. Just a little, look into it if you don't know nothing about it. And I'll continue to put more information out about it as well from my journey. Back to the verse. Therefore, if any man be in Mashiach, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new. We're no longer who we used to be. We no longer do what we used to do. We become something new. When you are trying to become something new, you keep reaching back for them old things, that's a surefire way to stall your momentum, to stall out your progress, and to keep yourself from going forward, but steady moving backwards. Instead, we don't want that. We don't want to be moving further away from the goal. No, we want to be getting closer too. So that means we have to continue to change and continue to allow ourselves to be made new through Mashiach. Sound good? Sound good to me? Sound good to you? I hope so. I pray so. All right, number 2. Before we move on to number 2, I just want to read Isaiah, because this scripture is a good scripture. One moment. All right. Isaiah. I know you like. Isaiah chapter 43, verses 18 through 19. It says, remember ye not the former things, neither consider the things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and the rivers in the desert. Meaning, the desert is dry. I'm going to quench your thirst. Even when it's dry, I'm going to make a way out of no way. I'm going to do something new for you. I got you. That's what the Father is saying to you. When you get in his word, he's going to make you something new. He's going to help you change. And all you got to do is trust him and then walk out what he gives you when he gives it to you. Now we can move on to number 2. After I pick it up because it's done fell on the fly. Coming in at number 2. You're being impatient. Now this one, I'm guilty. I'm so guilty. I be wanting stuff to move because I'm constantly in my brain like, you're on limited time, you're on borrowed time. We got stuff to do, we got to get stuff done. It's always something to do. It's always something to get done. So I'm constantly like, you got to be patient. Nothing is done overnight. Now, there are some things that when you pray and ask the Father, sometimes he will move instantly for you. I do mean instantly. I've called on him before, he moved instantly for me. If y'all heard that beeping, they out there doing their job. Some things he will do instantly for you, but a lot of things it takes time, especially those things that have been built up for so long and you need change and deliverance in that area. It's going to take time. Also, anything that you're doing where you're trying to build something that you want to last, honey, it's going to take time. It's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. I know that we live in a generation that seems like everything is like instant gratification, and as soon as you do something, you instantly being rewarded for it. No, it don't really work like that in real life. In real life, there's a series of small, little tiny actions that are constantly taking place that lead to bigger things happening. But it starts with those itty bitty tiny steps. A good book to read over that is Atomic Habits. I have it in my Linktree store. Atomic Habits teaches you a little bit about the fact that it takes tiny little steps, tiny little things that you begin to do that help you to do bigger things. You got to start somewhere. Momentum is all about gaining. It's all about being on an incline. If you've ever walked uphill, or if you put yourself on the incline on the treadmill, you know that you don't walk as fast or even run as fast when you up on the incline. You have to move just a little bit slower than if you would if you was flat. And if you was stagnant, you understand what I'm saying? If you're moving and there is no increase, well, of course you'll be able to move faster. But if you're going up, there's going to be a slow incline sometimes before you can level off. It's just that way. Yeah, you climbing slower, but you're reaching higher. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Slow motion beats no motion. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. For scripture, I'm going to take us over to Romans chapter 12. Ooh, I love me some Romans chapter 12. The whole chapter is fire. Okay? It's fire. The whole chapter. I love Romans chapter 12. Back when I was in the world, I was still holding on to the Most High, but I was in the world. I was still, in religion and things of that nature. I went and got Romans 12:19 tatted on me. That's how much I needed that reminder to leave room for the Father's wrath, that He's in control. I love this book. Moving forward, though, don't go tattooing nothing on your body. Romans chapter 12, we're going to read verses 9 through 14. I did add a little. The verse that you really need to be reading is Romans chapter 12, verse 10. But I wanted to put a little extra in there because I love Romans chapter 12. So it says, starting with verse 9, let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil, and cleave to that which is good. Be kindly affectioned to one another with brotherly love, and honor preferring one another. Not slothful in business, fervent in the Ruach, serving Yahuwah, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer, distributing the necessity of the quotashim, just the set apart ones, given to hospitality. Quotashim means the set apart ones. That's your brothers and sisters in the body. And verse 14 says, bless them which persecute you, bless and curse not. Okay, and I put that in there because when you're on this journey, it's going to be some people that's going to persecute you because they persecuted the Messiah, so they're going to persecute you too. As you are on this journey of trying to do well, you're going to have people fooling with you. Bless them people. Don't curse them. Pray for them. Don't curse them, because you don't want to stall your momentum out because you can't handle the fiery darts that's going to be thrown at you on a day-to-day basis. You understand what I'm saying? Be patient in tribulation. When things are happening that you don't like, that you don't understand, that's uncomfortable, that don't feel good, be patient. Trust that the Father is showing you something. Trust that He's allowing you to go through these tribulations for a reason, to strengthen you, to renew you, to bring you closer to Him. I don't know about y'all, but it's something about when the Most High take me through, I'll be so close to Him, I'll be like white on rice. When I come out of that, it keeps me close to Him. Because I know what I'm at a point now where I don't care if it's good going on in my life. I don't care if it's bad going on in my life. I'm going to try to cling to Him as much as possible. But sometimes we get caught up We get caught up, and sometimes it just be time for a little fiery trial for us. And when we go through those trials and those tribulations, hold on to the Most High. Be patient with him and understand that he's showing you something, that he's teaching you something, and that he's working on you. He is working on you. He's using these situations to bring forth out of you what needs to be brought forth out of you, to burn up out of you whatever needs to be burned up out of you. It's all for your good. All things work together for the good of those who trust in Elohim. We trust him, we love him. So we need to be patient with him. We also need to be patient with ourselves. Love is patient. Look at how patient he's been with us. We've been running around, turning up, living our best lives, doing whatever we want to do for how long? For how many years? Putting him on the back burner for how long? For how many years? He's been patient. He's been so patient. Let's extend some of that patience back to him, to ourselves, and to others. Love. Love is patient. And we command it to love one another. If we got to love one another, I think we need to love ourselves too. But with a healthy love. Not arrogance, not being full of ourselves. Because to be full of yourself, that'll get you in some trouble. It's another scripture for another day. But it'll get you in hot water. But love yourself. Love yourself. Love the fact that you belong to the Most High, and he is doing things in your life and working in your life and working on your behalf because you loved. And if he loved you, you should love yourself too. Be humble, but don't beat up on yourself. Be humble, but don't beat up on yourself. Be patient. Good things come to those who wait. Let's move on to number 1. All right, moving on to number 1. This is our last one. Yay. All right, you're trying to do things off your own strength. Okay. Baby, you can't do nothing off your own strength. I hate to say it like that, but that's what that is. You really can't do anything off your own strength. This world is wicked. Each day has enough trouble in itself. In order for you to not only just survive through the day, but try to thrive in this life, or try to be walking in a purposeful life, you can't do it on your own strength, because I promise you, you're going to get tired. Was that Young Thug, baby? Young Thug, baby was I can't say what she said, but baby, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I ain't got no more in me. That's it. And if you go off of that, you won't hardly get nothing done. Because when your strength fails you, then what? You just gonna stop moving? That's why we need the Father. He will carry you. He will carry you. His strength is made perfect. Oh, I'm getting into the scripture. His strength is made perfect in our weakness. Which means he knew that we were going to be weak. Be strong in him. I can do all things through he who strengthens me. His strength. His strength. Not our own. You can't do it on your own. You're going to need assistance. You're going to need direction. You're going to need guidance. Can't do it on your own strength. You cannot do it on your own strength. And trying to do it on your own strength is probably the number 1 reason that your momentum is stalled, that you're stuck in at a standstill, because you don't know what to do. You don't know how to get there. You don't know how to keep moving when life knocks you down and knocks you down. You don't know what's waiting around that corner that you're about to turn. Lean not to your own understanding. Lean not to your own strength, but trust in the Father, in his will and his purpose for your life. He got you. He loves you. It ain't a person in this world that'll go harder for you than the Father. Trust me. Trust me. He go hard for his kids. I'm talking about make a way out of no way. I'm talking about to have all your enemies like, shook it. Shook. Because they can't understand They can't figure out how. How are you still moving? How are you still trucking? How are you still pushing? Shouldn't be. But yeah. Let's go to some scripture. Of course, Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through he that strengthens me. Also, Philippians 2:13. For it is Elohim which works in you, both to will and to do of his good pleasure. It's him. It ain't you. You ain't doing nothing off your own good works, your own good strength. You doing it because you want to please him. You doing it because you want him to strengthen you. You doing it because you know that you're weak. You know that you need his strength. You know that you need him to lift you up. You know that you need him to carry you. You know you falling apart and ain't got it together without him. You just trying to cover it up so you don't look like you bursting at the seams. Hey, how everybody doing? How y'all doing? Life is great. Inside you crying. You crying harder than a summer gun because it's too much. It's too much and it's okay. He never intended for us to carry the load on our own. He never intended for us to be dependent upon ourselves. He's just waiting on you to realize that you need him. He's just waiting on you to realize, I need you, Abba. Help me. I got a strong feeling that if you stop allowing the world to determine your goals, if you stop comparing yourself to other people, if you take the time, what was number 3? To embrace change. That's why I got these notes. If you take the time to embrace change, if you take the time to be patient and wait on what he has for you, and if you stop trying to do things off of your own strength, I got a strong feeling you might pick up some momentum. More momentum than maybe you even realize that you could pick up. Give it to him. All right, y'all. So before I get on out of here, I want to leave y'all with these 2 scriptures. Proverbs 16:3. Commit your works unto El Yahuwah, and your thoughts shall be established. Your thoughts. Because your thoughts end up coming out as your actions. Surrender your thoughts over to him. Renew your mind in his word. Surrender what you want to do. Surrender what you want to be. Surrender what you want to become over to him. Surrender your weaknesses. Surrender everything, what you struggle with, the sins that you need to let go of. Surrender it to him. He'll establish your thoughts. He'll establish your path. And he'll show you how to walk it. Lastly, we're going to go over to Galatians 6:9. If we faint not, if we just endure and faint not. And back to what we read earlier. I'm going to just reread it. Be not deceived. This is verse 7. Be not deceived. Elohim is not mocked. For whatsoever a man sows, that shall he also reap. For he that sows to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. But he that sows to the Ruach shall of the Ruach reap life everlasting. And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap, if we faint not. I could cry. I'm always crying. I said today I ain't gonna do no cry. I had to go to my baby's graduation. I might cry then because he's graduating from the pre-K. His first year in school. I got my feelings about, the indoctrination of the school system. But nonetheless, proud of my baby and the progress that he has made. Back to this. Faint not. Don't grow weary in well-doing. Don't sow towards this flesh. You don't want that. It's going to corrupt you. Only spiritual things will last. Only the things that you build upon the rock will last. You got to do it for the Most High, or it ain't going to last. You'll have it for a short while. You may even have it for a long while, but baby, it ain't going to last. It won't endure forever. Only Elohim endures forever. Only what you do for him, only what you do for Yah will last. Let him establish your thoughts. Let him work your plan with you. When he gives you action steps to take those action steps. When you stumble, dust yourself off, pray and ask for forgiveness and ask for help to continue to carry on. I love y'all. I pray that you be blessed, and I pray that you surrender so that you can gain momentum in your life. You can do all things through he who strengthens you. Lean not to your own strength and not to your own understanding, but lean on the Father. Lean on him. Trust in his word. Seek him with your whole heart. You'll find him. He waiting on you. Until next time, y'all take care of yourselves, take care of others, love on yourself, love on other people. It costs absolutely nothing to be kind, to be courteous, to be mindful. We've been commanded to love one another. Let's try to work on that. See y'all next talk.